Hello. This is CalmCast Mitch, and welcome back to ASMR review. And right at the top of this, I just want to say I'm going to have more of a explanation on kind of where I've been, what I've been up to in a non-ASMR format, in a way where I can just kind of talk. In my Mitch's Mic series, which I haven't put out anything in a while, I think now kind of merits that more than really any other time probably. The short version of that is I don't want to clog this up with it, so that's why I'm putting out another video for it. Also, it's just therapeutic to do. I've already recorded that, so I don't really want to do it again. But for the people who want to know, it will be in a separate video. For the people who are just here for the ASMR review, we're just going to basically get into that. But the TLDR of it is not a lack of motivation, but I haven't been feeling well, and I don't record when I don't feel well mentally. So without anything further on that, if you want to know more, I will have out that Mitch's Mic. Today we are going to look at SemideCoco. And running the numbers, she has about 237,000 subs at the time of this recording, 166 videos, not all ASMR, especially her earlier stuff. If you go back to the beginning of her channel, you're going to see some stuff on PCOS, and just some useful stuff on that, honestly. I learned a lot just by watching those on what that is. Someone in my life has that as well, so it was just kind of a nice crossover, which I didn't find out about that until recently, and I've been watching Semide for a while, but most of the videos are ASMR. But if you want some other stuff, she's got it on there, especially, like I said, her earlier stuff. Semide has a wonderful channel based on naturopathic medicine, as is her degree she's working on, as well as very spiritual and calming practices like massages, acupoint, scalp checking, and it's kind of hard to talk about Adia ASMR or ASMR and Semide without talking about the other one. I know I mentioned her in my Adia review, and it's I don't know how I've gone this long. Even when I first released the Adia episode, it's hard to not just go right into talking about Semide, because they tend to show up together in a lot of their videos on each of their channels. It's like they enjoy each other's company or something. It's weird, how that happens. Who knows? One of the immediate standouts, especially as of late, and in both of their videos, is like the low orange, these like deep orange hues and calm lighting is like the first thing you'd probably notice outside of some other ASMR content. I've seen it in other videos, but I feel like it's underused, because I think a lot of people do notice it, and if they don't, I think they do. It does work. It's a good lighting that I believe they both use. Semide definitely uses it a lot. The videos really let you into the detail, the way that the camera is set up for a lot of what she does. The verbal explanations are intense, really letting you know that she knows what she's doing. A lot of ASMR creators will research what they're doing, but Semide is different from most in that she lives what she does in the videos. She has a lot of things where, like I said, naturopathic medicine, which I don't have I'm gonna look up a definition quick. They are educated and trained in accredited naturopathic medical colleges. They diagnose, this is from naturopathic.org, from the American Association of Naturopathic Physicians. They diagnose, prevent, and treat acute and chronic illnesses to restore and establish optimal health by supporting the person's inherent self-healing process. I'm not here to give a seminar on what that is, or what they do, or what they're supposed to do, or what they're able to do, but I can see the hard work paying off of her studies through her videos, and I don't know, there's a huge comfort factor in this for me, as she guides you through with a bunch of words that I'll never know anything about ever. But I enjoy watching anyway and hearing her work through stuff. I'm glad she does it. And while I'm watching, it kind of has that, when you're at a doctor's office, when they kind of explain things to you, whether you know it or not, or whether you're understanding it or not, it kind of has that feeling of making you safe to know that they know. It's that phenomena of watching someone do something they're really good at, you know. It's satisfying. And in ASMR, satisfying is already halfway to the desired product. The meshing of the two worlds here, the naturopathic and ASMR, it just works. It's peanut butter and jelly, especially the way Samida does it. As being a part of her life, all the backgrounds are also practical, very nicely set up, and usually takes the space of an entire room. Takes the time to make it calming with plants, candles, stones, crystals. And I'm not the biggest crystal healing person or the biggest believer in those kinds of things, even like the tarot readings and things like that, which Samida doesn't do a lot of. That's more Adia style, but those kinds of things like astrological signs and like everything, like I forget what they're called, but horoscopes, things like that, I'm not saying they're all related because I know nothing about like any of it, but I'm just not the biggest like crystal healing person. But the use of them in these videos are usually not the focus. They're just there to create that sense of aiding a natural healing environment, usually via massage, you know. In this instance, they're a nice touch to me. But if you're also not a crystal healing person, I think the meditative use of them here is something to check out. The way they're typically used is very good, because it's kind of sparse, but it's kind of like, they're kind of around the room. They're not usually used too much. If they are, even when they are, I've seen like, oh man, I think they're like jasmine rollers, maybe, if I'm remembering correctly. I watch a lot of ASMR and I can't remember, but there's like the stone roller that goes across people's faces sometimes to help like with the cleansing thing, and it just looks like it feels good to have. So as somebody who actually hates the thought of a massage, these things actually feel like they would be pleasant to have rolling around on you. Never had a massage before in my life and don't really want to. I feel like paying somebody to touch me is weird, but that just might be a me thing. Maybe I'll get a massage one day and come back and be like, okay, completely wrong, forget about it. But who knows? I know people go crazy over it, but people go crazy over a lot of stuff, so maybe one day. We'll see. I will say, a lot of her videos to me are very visually engaging. I almost never have any video from this channel on without watching them. Many people will just find the audio soothing. Many people will find just the audio soothing, but for me, I'd go somewhere else for that. Somebody who's just making like sounds or something, and then just turn off my screen and go to bed or something. But it's not necessarily a negative. Just something I've noticed while traveling through the channel. This is more of something I'd want to watch to relax than somewhere I'd go for something to listen to while falling asleep. I feel like if there's been a lot of visual clutter or a lot of visual, I don't know, just a lot of stimulus, visual stimulus, these are really good videos to go to. That's like these low tones, these calming tones, and something nice is happening on the screen. It's kind of like watching a horror movie and then going and seeing a bunch of pictures of like kittens and puppies or something. It just clears it, and that's what Samida stuff's good for me. And because of their like Samida bringing a more, I want to say like maybe academic approach or maybe a more explanatory approach, Adia brings like that spiritual or state of being approach. Even though they both kind of do both, Samida's definitely more on that one end and Adia's definitely on the other, but they definitely do both. I tend to jump back and forth between the two because it's kind of like a brain stimulation while being relaxed versus a complete letting go and centering. Kind of like a little bit of a mature topic, but kind of like a sativa and an indica, if that's legal where you are. It's in a weird spot for me right now, so where I'm from. And it's a nice warm up to a cool down for relaxation. Good focus before sleep. So as much as I remember watching them both back to back, either or will satisfy your want for ASMR and a relaxing time. I still say check out both of them. Adia ASMR, which I did a review on a month ago, and then SemideCoco now. If you made it to the end, thanks for sticking around, and hopefully I'm around for a lot longer this time. check out the Mitch's mic if you want more of an explanation. And as far as SemideCoco goes, go check him out. Tell him CalmCast sent you. And I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for listening, everyone. And if you would consider liking and subscribing, you'd be doing me a favor. Leave me a comment on what you'd like to see next, or what you'd like in general. Be nice, be well, drink plenty of water. I'll see you around.